Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the 5 greatest Copland recordings. And this was actually a lot of fun to do because, well, there's a lot of very good Copland, that's true. But also, it gave me a chance to re-listen to the music, and it really is wonderful music. You know, Copland gets sort of treated with a condescension as, you know, the great American populist composer. There's a lot more to him than that. He was a superb craftsman. He really was. I mean, he wrote beautifully shaped, elegantly structured, finely orchestrated, and everything he did had genuine personality. I mean, he had that quality. You can tell a Copland chord just from the way it's spaced in the orchestra. You know, he had a sound, he had an aesthetic, and it was wonderful. So here are my 5 greatest Copland recordings, and I'm very interested to hear yours if you've followed him extensively enough to accumulate a list of things that you think are particularly wonderful. So first, you know, I'm looking at these, and it's like, wow, it was hard to just stick to 5. It was. But Symphony No. 3 with Leonard Bernstein and the New York Phil on Sony, his first recording. His second one is very, very good, also on Deutsche Grammophon, and really a little bit better recorded. It's a little bit less screechy. But this first one just has an animal high spirits and enthusiasm. And Bernstein had sort of a proprietary interest in the piece because Copland's original ending was a little bit more sort of bombastic and pompous and sentimental than it later became. And it was Bernstein who said to him, you can't do that. You've got to trim it down and shape it up a little. And he did. We've heard the original version now. Leonard Slatkin recorded it. And we know that Bernstein was right. So whatever you may say about Bernstein's ability to criticize himself, he was awfully good at criticizing other people. And he took the proprietary trimmed down Copland third. Actually, Copland's own recordings also all use the revised ending, so it's not like it was unfamiliar by that period. But it's a performance that I think bespeaks a great friendship. It really does. I mean, Bernstein plays it like it's his music, and it's fantastic. Next, Appalachians bring the Suite with Antal Dorati and the Detroit Symphony on Decca. Dorati did a great deal of Copland. He was a fantastic Copland conductor because he was a terrific ballet music conductor. And his Appalachian Spring has a purity. I don't even know how to describe it. There's a luminous quality to the way that he plays it. It's wonderfully rhythmic, but also somehow heartfelt and just it has the freshness of a new day. It's absolutely splendid. So that's sort of one of the great Copland recordings that I've ever heard. And really most of Dorati's Copland is marvelous. It really is. Then the disc of music for films with Leonard Slatkin and the St. Louis Symphony on RCA. The best ever Red Pony Suite by like a landslide. And lots of other good music that Copland wrote for the movies. Really, really fabulously well recorded, amazingly well played, as idiomatic as can be, and splendidly engineered. It's absolutely a gorgeous record. I use the Red Pony music as ringtones on my phone. It's perfect. I mean, it's, you know, the phone goes off and you hear da 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 da. It's a great ringtone. So's the circus music. It's all fantastic. Okay, so music for films. That's number 3. Number 4, the Short Symphony. I adore the Short Symphony. It's only 15 minutes long. It's short. Get it? Short Symphony. But it's all linear and rhythmically syncopated. It's extraordinarily challenging to play because it's all based on sort of the fragmentations of a single melodic line that's broken up amongst various instrumental groups, and it has to be played like a seamless whole. And the group that can really pull it off is the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra on Deutsche Grammophon without a conductor. That makes it even more amazing. Actually, I've come to come to conclude, having heard this performance many times, is that it's better without a conductor, because a conductor somehow imposes a certain rigidity on the music, whereas the Orpheus group plays it with absolute rhythmic perfection, but also a feeling of freedom, a continuity that the music really needs, and that you somehow don't get when they have to watch one person tell them when to come in and set the tempo. I don't know, somehow it works miraculously. It's absolutely phenomenal. And last but not least, the complete Appalachian Spring with Copland, with the Columbia Chamber Orchestra, the complete original score. It's a wonderful ballet to hear it in its entirety, as Copland originally wrote it, which was, I believe, for 13 solo instruments. It was for a small chamber group, and you hear those same widely spaced harmonies in orchestration, the open, pure timbres, just like in the big orchestral version, only even more so, because it has a purity and linearity. And it's very funny. There was a rehearsal disc that came out with that recording, and the rehearsal disc has Copland telling people a little less sweetly. He was telling them it's too much on the Massenet side. He said, take the sugar out a little bit. And you get, it's not like he's saying, period, instrumentally, play it without vibrato and have no expression. But he wants a naturalness, an outdoors quality, a feeling of purity and innocence, and really it's very special. It's a very special sound, and Copland really was the master of it. And it's a glorious recording, and really one of Copland's finest stints as a conductor, because he wasn't always the best conductor of his own music. He was adequate, but here he seems to really understand that he was creating a document for posterity, and it's an amazing recording. So there you have it, my friends, the 5 greatest Copland recordings. Please let me see yours, and keep on listening. Take care.